what is this, 35 interviews now?
Yeah, a bit more now.
Yeah, you must be exhausted and you must be sick of talking about the same thing.
No, I don't mind because in the past we didn't have a voice, so every opportunity I get, I take it.
Exactly, that is
And I
very true.
encourage the young ones to, yeah, and I encourage the young ones to find their courage to speak, but not from anger, but from wisdom and from love for our culture and our people, and to right the wrongs, you know? So
Exactly.
I encourage them because I teach art at Bremer High to our young kids.
Oh yeah.
I've been there for 6 years now.
And how is that? Because so you were taken at 3 years old.
Yeah, 3 years old, and my sister was a newborn bub, and we were taken to Carnarvon Native Mission. But I didn't know that we all came under the 1905 Western Australian Aborigines Act. They only control people of mixed blood. They didn't care about these terms. I don't really like, but this is how they used them in the old days. Full bloods, they didn't care much about our full-blooded families. They only wanted to save us mixed kids with white blood in our veins. So, but in 1936, the WA government amended that act to include all Aboriginal people, no matter what percentage of blood you had. You lost your human rights, parents lost their parental rights, because we came under flora and fauna, and in WA, we came under fisheries.
Yeah, that is insane. And I don't think people actually realise it wasn't that long ago.
No.
1967, I think it was changed that Aboriginals were seen as humans.
Yeah, and you know what that only gave? It didn't change anything politically for us. That meant the government could count us finally in the census. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. And so,
you know,
oh, sorry. Go on. No, you go.
I said, even today, we're still not recognised here.
Exactly. It's these things that are just said and not followed up. But so at 3 years old, I couldn't have even imagined that. Like,
yeah, we was I knew I had a family somewhere. I used to live with my Nana Edna Bellotti and Pop Roy, and all of a sudden I was gone from there, and I wondered where all my family went. And I was in a place where there's all little black kids and all white missionaries, and I thought, what ever happened to my family, you know? But we were told that they were dead, but we didn't know the real history, that they had no choice because, you know, I had no visitors, but they had no rights to see us. Yet before the 1905 Act changed, the other kids who were classed as full-bloods, they were taken out on weekends and on school holidays. And I always wondered, where's my family? No one's coming for me and my little sister. So it was a childhood growing up without affection, without love, without nurture. We grew up ourselves, because every child needs to be nurtured, to know that you are loved and that people care about you and you need to be cherished. That didn't happen for any of us kids. So their main concern was to save our souls, because it was a Christian church, Christian mission. So because of that, we've grown up with a lot of issues like showing affection, learning to trust, parenting skills. We get judged, you know, we never saw a parent, so a lot of us struggle with parenting. Many issues, and it carries on down through the ages, you know, through the generations.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what people don't understand. I don't know if they don't understand or they don't want to understand, but they don't understand that intergenerational trauma is carried on to today. And every, you know, it's, you were taught to, what were you taught? You were told you weren't allowed to talk language.
No, if we did, that we got a flogging, and we got our mouth scrubbed out with velvet soap and a scrubbing brush. We were told it was rubbish. And yeah, and when you hear this as in your formative years, those words stick with you. Yeah. So you know, I'm proud that I'm bringing these books here with language in it. the first,
Definitely.
yeah, and this book is, I'll show you. You seen him, eh?
Yes, definitely. And you were telling me you did the artwork. So it's the first
Yeah,
of
I done all the
5.
artwork.
That is beautiful. So pull it back a little bit from the camera.
Sorry.
It's it's beautiful. The color's beautiful. So it's grandfather emu and how the kangaroo got his pouch. There it
Yeah.
is. It's absolutely beautiful. The colors are beautiful, and the story it's got language in it as well.
Yeah, it's got the Nyunga language in this because all my life I thought I was just a Yamaji Nyalu.
Yeah. So Yamaji, but you're not. You're Yamaji and Nyarlu.
Yeah, and I didn't find out later in life that I was also Nyunga because my father's a Yugal.
Oh yeah.
So
Right.
that's only just very recent. And he's Nyunga Yamaji too because he was born at Tamla Station near Shark Bay, and
Yeah.
my grandmother, his his Nana was born at the mouth of the Murchison by the freshwater spring.
Oh wow.
And my daughter's buying a house, and I always felt good walking that country.
Yeah.
So that was home.
When did you go home last? Back to well, where is home for you?
Well, as a stolen mob, sometimes you don't know where you belong.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of us are still flitting around the country, and you know, Carnarvon is my birthplace. It's my country of my childhood country. It's my good memory country. It's my spiritual country, and it holds all these memories of playing on the river bank with all my mission brothers and sisters. It reminds me, well, home also for me is Rocky Pool, Chinaman's Pool, all these places where we had fun as children, but we worked hard in the mission, you know. We had to scrub and do all sorts of hard work. So on the rare occasion they took us to picnics. I love Rocky Pool. So that's my heart country, my childhood country, but it's not my tribal country.
Because healing is the theme for NAIDOC Week this year.
Yes, darling, it is. And we still have a long way to go. I'm getting emu bumps talking to you. I don't say goosebumps. We never had whitefella geese. So can you say emu bumps now?
Emu bumps, yellow bitty bumps.
Yeah, yellow bitty bumps. I love that.
We're getting yellow bitty bumps. Why are you getting yellow bitty bumps?
Just thinking about I'm getting emotional now. Just thinking about all my mission family, and we're all doing the Royal Commission into institutionalized sexual abuse. Right now, it's very raw. Yeah. And a lot of my other mission family, my brothers and sisters, they've done theirs too. And, you know, no amount of money can erase what happened to us, but it'll help us because financially, you know. Yeah. And I believe that everybody who was in missions or in foster homes or orphanages should get the full amount. They shouldn't weigh up our trauma.
No.
Because one of my mission brothers said he was raped every night by 5 missionary men when he's a little boy, and I just cry for him, you know. And he rings me up and say, you know what, sis, I feel like crying. Yeah. And I say, you just cry, have a cry. And we're all grandparents now, so we have a long way to go. And I always say to White Australia, because I go to many a book club, and it's crazy. Nobody knows this true history.
No.
And I'm thinking, where have you been? Why have you got a deaf ear and a blind eye to us, to our voice? Because many times we are unseen, we're unheard.
And we're 2 to 3% of the population. And to have things changed in this country, which we need everything changed. We need 47% of non-Indigenous people to be on our side to help make these changes, because there's so few of us. So that's 1 in 2 people that we come across needs to be on our side. So how do you think we heal, and how do you think, what would make a good ally from a non-Indigenous person?
Well, I think they need to listen to us and hear our voice, not let's let it go straight through. And they need to listen with an open heart, mind, and with understanding, and not be judgmental. They need to have a heart that is pure and willing to hear this, because most White Australians They don't want to hear it. It's too hard. It's too difficult. It's a hard conversation to have. But we need to share our truth, and they need to listen, because it's our history and it's their history too.
Yeah.
It's a shared history. And what I do for my healing is I paint, I write songs, play the guitar. I, just nurture my heart and spirit. But
Yeah.
I'm also out there working at high school with our children. I'm helping them with their identity, because one girl, because she's put her hand on my hand, and she's a fair-skinned girl, and she said, "Auntie, do you think it's funny I'm a white black fella?" I said, "No, it's not." I said, "We all got their blood flowing in our veins, but people," I said, "you walk proud in the color you're in. We have black comes in many shades."
Exactly. And
I'm
it's
really fair to black. And I said,
true.
"You're Aboriginal."
It's true. No matter how much milk you put in a tea, no matter how much milk you put in a tea, it's still tea at the end of the day.
That's true, eh?
You were there when Kevin Rudd did the apology. You were
Yes.
there, and what did that mean to you? And what do you think that meant for Australia?
Well, when I arrived there, and I went in, and then I sat down and I looked at the row, and they were all bloody gun mob.
Oh, Carnarvon mob sitting there.
And we was holding hands when he was talking. And for me, it was so emotional. And I was thinking about all our people who'd gone before us and all their suffering and pain. And I was thinking, they are hearing it, our spirit people, our ancestors. But it was amazing for me, and also for my sister, she breaks my heart, because she was taken as a little child and just left in a cot. Nobody held you and all that. And she's still so angry today, and she's full of rage and anger. But I can understand, because I remember when all these kids wet their nappies, they hung them on the line to dry. The missionaries, and they were sleeping on the bloody line with their overalls on, So she carries a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Oh, sorry.
She carries a lot of trauma.
Yeah. They hung them on the line in the nappies.
They had braces,
Yeah. And
they
so
put
they just
the braces over and done it up. Yeah.
Just treated like not
nothing.
even humans.
So yeah. So anyway, my sister was watching it in Broome, and she never shows her sad side. She looks so angry all the time, and I can understand that. And, people judge you, and they should not judge people. Anyway, she just wept. She broke down and wept and wept. And she's been tough all her life. And that just touched her heart. And for me, it started our healing, that the government finally recognized and acknowledged that this happened.
We're talking about trauma and all of that, and it's carried on, and what you were saying is it's still very live today. The leading killer, the leading killer of Indigenous kids from the age of 5 to 17 years old is suicide.
Yeah, I know, and this just breaks my heart.
Which is
so
heartbreaking, because
it is heartbreaking, because they see no hope, no future, and because they're rejected in a lot of things in the mainstream. So we need to build up their spirit and strength, and to say, you matter, you are our future. I see you, I hear you, I acknowledge you, because that doesn't happen to us in the mainstream.
Just with how do we go forward? Like, because there's still all this trauma, there's still all this suffering. What do we do? How do we make it better for our people?
I think a lot of us, because of trauma, we get lost in it, and because our hearts and spirits are crying, we need to support each other and accept each other and hear each other, and just take the time to sit around a fire or come and have a mug of tea.
The Uluru Statement from the Heart.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I thought that was amazing. And for it just to be flicked to one side, so disrespectful.
Yeah.
Our people gave it from their heart and their soul and their spirit, and it was just like it didn't matter.
Yeah.
That was really hurtful, you know.
Yeah.
That was really full of, you know, to change things and to work for both black and white, you know.
You know, I could sit here and talk to you for hours and hours and hours.
Well, we could do it again sometime.
We definitely have to do it again. Thank you so much. I would take up all of your time here, but I have to let you go, I think, because we'll be sitting here for another 2 hours.
Can I read you one poem first?
Yes, can you please? And definitely read me whatever you want.
You know, Guru Galaji?
Yeah, the Guru Galaji. They're a little bit fogged up. There they.
Yeah, my Guru Galaji. I'll just find this one now.
Oh, okay. So this is from Alice's daughter, and what's the poem called?
Before I Leave.
Before I Leave. So Aunty Rhonda, yeah, when you're ready.
Okay.
I'd love to hear it.
Before I leave this world, I want to swim in the river again. Feel the cool, fresh water wash over my tired, aching skin. Heal my spirit with love so true. Fill my soul within. See this land dressed in spring after rain and warm winter winds. Hear birds and the songs they sing. Lay in the wildflowers in full bloom, surrounded by their soft perfume. In my bed of flowers and scent, I watch the clouds slowly drift by. Bumblebees buzz, sweet nectar gathered on their knees from tall blue flowers that they can see. Beneath Carnarvon warm blue skies, time takes me back to when I was young. I had no voice and I was shy. Down memory lane I walk again. Listen to places of my childhood days. Memories come alive, strong and true, then fade away to broken misty blue. Back to the past my journey isn't through. They fall and sink to the bottom of my mind, where they will rest till the end of time. Before I go, let me sit by your side. Tell me your fears, hopes, and dreams. Let me sing you a song with story and love. Softly and honestly, let it speak to your heart with my dear friend, my old guitar. Now take my hand and dance with me under the silent midnight sky. When I leave and have gone to rest, to be with my mother in the arms of Mother Earth, back to our dreaming forever I'll be. Think of me when the morning star shines. Think of me when the evening star rises. Remember me when the wildflowers bloom, for my heart will be happy, my spirit free. This poem is dedicated to my children, John and Lisa Collard. Love you both forever and a day, Mum.
Oh, that's so wonderful. That is so wonderful.
Thank you.
These beautiful things just like you. So thank you so much for joining me. And
no, it's a pleasure.
Thank you so much. I could talk to you forever.
Yeah, well, lovely to catch up with you, and I'm proud of your achievements in your work, in your life.
And I'm so proud of you. You're just absolutely everything that our culture needs, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud to be Aboriginal, and I just love that.
Yeah.
You just it's just so talented and everything. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, dear. You go well and go strong and stay black.
Thank
strong
you.
And deadly.